Hey guys, I'm working on building a face frame for this cabinet here, and it's going to feature an arch on the upper apron piece. I'm going to show you guys how I both mark and cut those arches. First thing we're going to do is find the center of the board, and we're going to mark that with a square. That's where the curve is going to be the deepest. Next, we're going to figure out how deep we want our groove to go, and I like to use my Polini rule for this, but we're just going to come in here and put a mark. Next, we're going to put a nail on the cut side, so we're going to be cutting an arch on this side, so this is going to be the waist. We're going to put a nail just south of that mark. So first thing I'm going to do is take my awl and put it about half the diameter of my nail size. Next, grab something hard, or you can do this on a concrete floor, and we're going to take our nail and we're going to flatten the tip. That's going to keep this from splitting the board here. And we're just going to tap this in ever so gently. Again, we want the top surface of that nail to be right at our line. Next, we're going to grab a thin rip scrap piece, and we're going to put it on the offcut side of our line here, so on the far side of our nail. And I'm going to have Nicole help me here, and she's going to pin that side. So we're wrapping the scrap piece around the nail, and I'm going to mark it right into the corner here. So she's going to line it up exactly with the corner. I've got my side lined up with the corner, and this is going to allow us to draw a nice clean curve. Nicole, will you finish that for me nice and dark? And just like that, we've got a perfect curve running from one end of the board to the other to the exact height that we were looking for. Next, we're going to pull the nail out. We're going to head over to the bandsaw where we're going to cut to our line. If you don't have a bandsaw, you can easily do this with a jigsaw or any saw like a coping saw or any sort of curve cutting saw. Now that we've got the curve cut on our piece, we need to sand it. So there's a couple different options for sanding this. You can just grab a piece of sandpaper and go to town, but I like to make what's called a flexible sanding strip. I took a piece of 16th inch plywood, or you can take a thin rip of a board, and I've just quickly CA glued on some sandpaper here. I like to go pretty aggressive, so this is 120 grit. And if you get a nice thin piece, you can force it into the flex of the curve, and you can go to town. So this keeps the sandpaper fully engaged with the curve while you're sanding, and you can get a nice consistent finish. This is going to average out your curve. If you went a little too deep or a little too shallow, definitely recommend getting yourself, or making yourself rather, a piece of flexible sanding strip. Just like that, we've got a nice clean curve exactly to our dimensions. This is a nice repeatable approach that's pretty straightforward, so I think you guys will really find this beneficial. If you guys enjoyed this video and want to see more of this type of content, we'd appreciate it if you guys gave us a follow and a like. And if you guys have a different approach, we'd love to hear about it down in the comments. Thanks, guys.